And I have a question also, which is very important. And it ends from the point that our colleague said, which is a kind of priorities. We cannot say that the priorities is to have resources for this, the cyber resilience and monitoring and all of this. And you know what's in Egypt. If we say what are the two items or one, two, three steps that should be done before doing anything, I am talking about the drivers of change. Things should be changed, things should be improved, and we need a lot of things to be fixed, and there should be harmony between different entities. What are the top priorities? And this question is for the two parties here. So I will have Dr. Sharif to comment and then Dr. Ahab.
We all have a common goal and interest. No problem. I don't take things personally, and I hope that you can tell that we have much effort and many challenges to face. This is not a joke. This slide is very, very important. Without political and institutional leadership and strategic orientation, that would be really a problem regardless of the actions to be taken, and this has to be sustained. I need to know all the frameworks. Marshall or General Magad referred to the institutional and legislative frameworks. Here I'm referring to the judge, prosecutor general. There was a case in 2009, and I participated from the Egyptian side with the prosecutor general, or the first Basser in El Mansoura, the CAPMAS, the Interpol, and the other side was US banks subjected to the biggest phishing approach. As per the CNN, we had the 50 accused person from Egypt and 50 accused from the US. The forensic investigation was 600 page, and this required 1,600 working hours. People were very, very surprised. The prosecutor of Mansoura told us to respond back in 2 weeks, and it took me 1 month and a half. So awareness is a bit mysterious word now, because people are aware of the problem but they are not aware of the solution. I need to spend 1,600 working hours to read this 600 page, and he told me I will distribute that, and I said no, this cannot be distributed because of the confidential data like the US account numbers and so on and so forth. So just like my colleague said, no one has all the solutions. We need to work and cooperate together. We need to have an R&D framework, and we always view it as an option. No, we need to have a cyber security industry. We need to have a full sector dedicated to work on that. We need to have human cadres. We have 50 persons working in cyber international affairs on Arab international regional and South East Asia. We're not close to that area, we're close to the West Asian part. But we participate on all these cyber security events. What do we mean by an attack, a counter attack? We need to have a cyber drill in Egypt, and of course this requires action and measurements. We had a committee on online child protection, and now we have a working group on that. In one of the updates over the years, one of the government officials discarded this as a luxurious matter. We worked for 10 years, and we assumed a position in the ITU. We used to visit Damanhur, Aswan, Port Said, to talk to children in primary preparatory schools in order to raise their awareness about the cybersecurity. And after extraneous efforts, after 10 years of hard work, the committee does not work anymore. Yes, the main challenge, the dilemma is that everything is personalized, everything depends on the minister. If you change the minister, everything changes. But we should work according to a strategy and a vision. to be implemented by the minister or by the next minister. But here everything depends on the whims of people, whether the minister likes that or dislikes that. Yes, and we don't work on the long term. That's why the Supreme Council for Cybersecurity is very important. The main recommendation is to support and call upon the private sector, the ECAS, the government and public sector companies to work together. We need to have a round table and to assign people responsibilities. I cannot say this is the responsibility of X and Y. Someone told me, you told me this strategy costs you this amount, then I'll give you the money. I told him, no, it's not like that. And this one had an exposed industrial control system, and I sent a letter through the Ministry of Communication and IT, and he referred me to the customer service department. You received a letter from the NATRA or the Ministry of the Communication, and then I was referred to the customer service department. I said, why? I'm not a customer and I'm not claiming certain money. I'm offering to help you for free, and it took us months and then nothing was done. I have a different point of view because I worked a lot in this regard with some of the defense entities in the Emirates. We had the TIP, which is Digital Identification Program. We had a competition, World Skills Abu Dhabi. We invited 50 countries to organize 51 competitions, and then we knew people who are capable from an IT sector. We dealt with the students at schools from 7 to 12 years old in primary, preparatory, high schools, and even university in order to assess their skills and their potential understanding. So this program is done in the United Arab of Emirates with some defense entities. This world skill is an international one with monetary awards. People get 20 250 sounds, but Egypt does not participate in that. And the government can use that in more than 51 domains. Why aren't we part of that? I'm sorry, the speaker is not holding a microphone. I am referring specifically to world skills. I'm not referring to countries. This is the highest or the best competition. Why don't we participate in that? You know, for the fifth year, CERT is the chairperson or a participant of the conference program. We have many CERTs team. Here some experts go to participate and receive an award, but this is not enough. We need to have a collective initiative. CERT, e.g. CERT does not participate a lot because all the Arab countries or the Gulf countries get the first ranking. So you would participate in the Emirates competition next year? You can push for that endeavor. The main idea of this symposium is to address the gaps. One of the gaps we have here is that we do not have adequate training, and there are certain endeavors of which we should be part. We have a company called Cyber Talents, and they hold an annual competition for Egyptian companies, and some of them went to international competitions. I am encouraging every one. We need to have capture of lac, like the one in the UK. I work with the Supreme Council for Cybersecurity, and this brings people from the interiors, intelligence, defense minister, and they do their job. We work in harmony. I work in the civil part. Some people work in the military part in order to achieve the common strategy. They have their own strategy and they work on the military part. I'm a civil citizen, as just like you, but I deal with government, security, and sovereign entities. I give them what they need to do, and I'm asking you to join me in this regard. Simply put, I'm pushing you in order for you to push other people for the public good. We need to finish. I have one point to make. Cyber security is an opportunity to be seized in order to employ our youth. We want our companies to expand. From a strategic point of view, GARPA Plan X, for example. This is the research institute DARBA, and they set a plan X. If you don't have this plan, I can send it to you. What do they do? There is what we call telekinetic strides. China coordinates with the reconnaissance war and other industries in order to destroy America in 10 minutes. And there was a movie aired on National Geographic entitled The First 10 Days. It revolves around destruction America with satellites and other technological means in order for America to go back to live in the year 1800 in only 10 minutes. Do you know that China designed the same program for Egypt and for Israel and for many Arab and Gulf countries in order to dominate economically? The strategic dimension is ignored and overlooked. If you don't know DARPA X, please visit that online. Read it well and see how can we respond. Read about the TBA 1. China is preparing an army for this data war. 250,000 university graduates specialized in data science. China is number one when it comes to good strategic views. Question time is over, but I will give you the floor only for 1 minute, please. In the name of God, most merciful, I have a question. Dr. Mahmoud Osman from the Ministry of Investment. From my own point of view, you know, all the security vendors who provide the services have like backdoors in the devices they provide. So I have a question here. How can we move from being an operator to a vendor or a defender? Just to have an ecosystem in order to develop all the security boxes, to have the calibers qualified to build a security system just like Germany. Germany has it all. They develop their own systems because this way we can stop hurrying around vendors to close the back doors they use with us. We need to have standardization because this is industrial control systems. We need to apply this. We need to apply 62443. 62443. And this will address many gaps. You have the high level risk assessment, and then you can use any risk assessment or risk addressing methodology. You have many. And then you can do the mapping to address the gaps, to address the legacy systems, what to improve. So first of all, you need to have a standardization, and it's there available on the internet. If you don't have it, please send me an email. Second, in the Emirates, we used to work with the state security to inspect all the devices before being open to commercial use. We open it, examine it, in order to make sure that all the loops and gaps are closed. You know, sometimes we have the pacemaker or the Wi-Fi. Now we examine these devices. We have 40 common devices and they are hard-coded and they can be breached from distance. You can destroy individuals' processes. You need to have a lab, a forensic lab. You know, these programs that we see on TV are real, they are not sci-fi. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharif and Dr. Ihab, for this rich workshop. And this coffee break was scheduled to be 30 minutes, but now it's only 10 minutes after the discount because we need to finish at 1 p.m. because Dr. Mahmoud had other commitments later. So please enjoy this 10-minute break. Thank you so much for all of you.